I made a decision that I'm still trying to understand to this day. Beset by many ailments, beset by schizophrenia, by addiction, by depression, by loneliness, by a feeling that I was very different because of what I believed, the spiritual beliefs that I had found. I felt very isolated and hemmed in by all kinds of pain, all the things that these different ailments bring. Well, even if you don't believe addiction is an ailment, it was my way out for schizophrenia. And beset by all these different kinds of pain, all these different natures of suffering, I felt myself trying to understand what I was experiencing. And I was in very much a place where I could have chosen to be more bitter, where I could have developed in a way to become a very cruel person, a very bad person, a very deluded person. Insanity was just around the corner, just over a line that I was just teetering upon. And something interesting happened, something that I did not expect, something that I'm still trying to understand to this day. Instead of becoming bitter, instead of becoming hateful, instead of becoming deluded and ignorant to greater and greater degrees, I became kinder. The flower of compassion bloomed in my heart from the understanding of all these different kinds of pain and realizing how much pain other people were in. Instead of just focusing on my pain and being pissed off about it towards the entire world, this pain made me realize the nature of pain and the pain that other people are going through, not just myself. And I started to have more compassion for others to a greater magnitude than I wanted to die. I started to love other people and want to help them more than I wanted to die. And this is something that I'm still trying to understand to this day. I didn't really make a decision at the time necessarily, but this understanding slowly came upon me. It slowly possessed me in my purpose in life and how I perceive myself. And this is not so much a cautionary tale as a tale of hope. There is pain in life. There will always be pain in life. There will always be hurdles that feel unconquerable. Hurdles that we think we'll never get over, and that the world itself is against us because it places these hurdles before us. But I tell you now that all these hurdles are there to make us better. We can grow beyond all of these travesties against the human soul. Mostly our own responsibility, but sometimes we find ourselves in circumstances that seem to cause pain that we didn't have a hand in forcing ourselves into. There will always be pain in life, but how we approach it, how we conquer it, and from what kind of heart of intention we approach it, tells the future of our destiny. Now, I'm one who does believe in destiny. I'm one who believes that all of our actions are always leading to one result. But we don't know what that is yet. I think of time in cycles and in circles, not non-linear. All of the same matter that we simply don't understand at the moment, but is always there. We're always going a certain direction. There's an old saying, happiness is inevitable. The entire cosmos is conspiring to give us exactly what we want and show us why it's either right or wrong. And that is the nature of cause and effect. I would say to you that if you're going through pain, if you're going through a time where you feel circumstances are making you more bitter and you embrace it because it's not your fault, and a lot of the time it's not. But regardless of whose fault it is or who's to blame or how you should see the world, there is always light in the darkness. There's always a way out, no matter how dark it seems. There's always that pinprick of light that you have to claw yourself towards in order to get out of this terrible cave of madness that we often find ourselves in when suffering becomes too great. Human beings are funny things. We delude ourselves more often than we tell ourselves the truth. The truth is the hardest thing to speak, especially to ourselves. It is so hard for us to admit truth to ourselves because most of the time, all of these lies that build up our understanding of reality are dismantled by truth, by the truth of our circumstance, by the truth of who we are, by the truth of what we have to do in order to be better. And these things tear apart our reality. They make a new reality, though. After they tear down our delusions of who's to blame or if somebody should be blamed or how the world is, after all those delusions are teared down, truth builds a new reality for us. One that is based in admitting to ourselves what it is, who we are, and what we can be. I didn't want to make this video very long, so I'll go ahead and wrap it up. If you have any questions about anything that I've spoken about, feel free to shoot them down in the comment section below. I'm always honest about what I've been through and the things that I've done, and the vast majority haven't been done to myself by my own choices. And I've had to live with that. I've had to learn from that, and I've had to become a better person to accept what I've done and do better in the future due to that. Paramahansa Yogananda once said that a saint is a sinner who never gave up. Now, if you're religious or not, the statement still applies. Becoming a perfect version of yourself, one that is on a path that increases in compassion and logic and cooperation with your fellow man. That path leading you up and wherever you are on it is a choice that we make along the line, or that we evolve into from wherever we were. We were always a little less in the past, and we can choose to be even more or less in the future, or we can choose to be greater. It's all about choice. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope these words have helped you in whatever that ails you in life. And I hope to see you in the future, and maybe we can understand this together.